You know that feeling when you reach Friday and you can't remember a single meaningful thing you did all week? Your days are bleeding together like watercolors in the rain. You're busy, you're exhausted, but you're not actually living. You're on autopilot, and it's stealing your life one forgettable day at a time. That's not just boring. That's terrifying. Here's what's happening. You're defaulting through your days instead of designing them. And I'm going to show you exactly how to build days that actually matter using a formula that maps to what you actually care about. Not some militant schedule that makes you feel like a robot. A flexible system that creates satisfaction you can feel. Let's get into it. The autopilot trap. First, you need to understand why your brain loves autopilot. Your brain is lazy. It's conserving energy by running the same program every day. Wake up, check phone, rush through morning, react to whatever fires pop up, collapse at night. Repeat until dead. That's the default mode, and it's killing your ability to remember your own life. Here's the brutal truth. When you don't intentionally design your days, your brain doesn't encode them as memories. They're all filed under same old nothing, and they disappear. That's why you hit December and feel like the whole year vanished. You weren't present. You were a passenger in your own existence. Think about the last vacation you took versus last Tuesday. You remember the vacation in vivid detail because it was different, intentional, designed. Last Tuesday? Gone. Erased. That's what happens when every day is just a blurry reaction to whatever demands attention the loudest. Step 1. Identify your core values. Here's what you're going to do today. You're going to write down 3 to 5 things that actually matter to you. Not what should matter. Not what your parents want. What makes you feel alive when you're doing it. This is your values list, and it's the foundation of everything. Your values might be creativity, connection, growth, adventure, peace. Whatever they are, they need to be specific enough that you can build actions around them. Don't write be a good person. That's meaningless. Write help someone solve a real problem or create something that didn't exist yesterday. Here's why this matters. When your daily actions don't connect to your core values, you feel hollow. You're productive but empty. You're checking boxes that don't add up to anything. Your brain registers this mismatch as regret, and that regret accumulates like toxic sludge in your chest. Step 2. Map your perfect day. Now you're going to design one perfect day, not a fantasy where you're on a yacht. A realistic day that honors your values and feels deeply satisfying. What does that day actually look like, hour by hour? Walk through it. If connection is a core value, your perfect day includes real conversation with someone who matters. If creativity is a value, you're making something, even for 20 minutes. If growth matters, you're learning something that stretches you. Write it out like you're storyboarding a film. Here's the key. You're not scheduling every minute. You're identifying the non-negotiable elements that make a day feel complete. Maybe it's 30 minutes of focused creative work, 10 minutes of genuine connection, 20 minutes moving your body, a moment of complete stillness. These are your satisfaction anchors. Most people skip this step and wonder why they feel empty. You can't hit a target you haven't identified. Your perfect day is your target, and you need it crystal clear in your mind before you can engineer it into reality. Step 3. Build your consistency triggers. This is where most systems fall apart. They tell you to schedule everything rigidly, and then life happens and the whole thing collapses. You need triggers, not schedules. Triggers are automatic, flexible, and they survive chaos. A trigger is simple. After I do this thing I already do, I'll do this value-aligned thing. Here are some examples of triggers. After you pour your morning coffee, you write 3 sentences. After you close your laptop for lunch, you text someone you care about. After you finish dinner, you move for 10 minutes. The existing habit pulls the new behavior along. Here's why triggers beat schedules. Schedules say at 3 p.m. you will do this. Triggers say, when this happens, that happens. Your day can explode into chaos, but the triggers still fire because they're attached to things you're already doing. They're flexible, but consistent. Pick 3 triggers today. Link each one to a core value. After you brush your teeth, you'll spend 2 minutes on something creative. After you start your car, you'll call someone. After you sit down for dinner, you'll name one thing you learned today. Small, automatic, unstoppable. Step 4. Track satisfaction, not tasks. You need a new measurement system. Stop tracking how many tasks you completed. Start tracking whether your day honored your values. Every night, you're going to score your day on a simple scale. Did today align with what matters to me? Yes or no. That's it. Keep a running tally. You're looking for patterns. Which days feel satisfying? What did those days include? Which days feel hollow? What was missing? This data tells you exactly what elements are non-negotiable for your mental health. Here's what happens when you track this way. You stop glorifying busy. You stop mistaking exhaustion for accomplishment. You start seeing clearly that the day you had 3 meetings and answered 60 emails felt worse than the day you did half as much, but included 20 minutes of deep work and a real conversation. Your brain responds to what you measure. Measure tasks. You'll chase tasks. Measure alignment with your values. You'll chase meaning. It's that simple. Get a notebook. Score each day. Watch the patterns emerge. Step 5. Protect your formula from life. Life will attack your formula. Urgencies will scream. Other people's priorities will invade. You need defensive barriers around your value-aligned activities, or they'll get crushed by whatever's loudest. Here's your protection strategy. Your value-aligned activities are appointments with yourself, and they're as sacred as a doctor's appointment. When someone asks you to do something during that time, you say no. You don't explain, you don't apologize, you're not available. Start small. Protect one 20-minute block per day. That's it. Just 20 minutes where you do something that connects to your core values, and nothing is allowed to touch it. Not emails, not requests, not emergencies that aren't actually emergencies. You'll feel selfish at first. That feeling is your brain adjusting to the idea that your life belongs to you, not to whoever's demanding your attention. Push through it. That discomfort is the sound of autopilot dying, and that's exactly what needs to happen. The compound effect. Here's what happens when you run this formula for 30 days. Your days stop blurring together. You start remembering your weeks. You feel the satisfaction building like compound interest in your chest. Small daily alignment creates massive life satisfaction over time. You're not overhauling your entire existence. You're making tiny, consistent choices that honor what actually matters to you. Those choices stack. They create momentum. They build a life that feels intentional instead of accidental. The best part? You maintain flexibility. You're not trapped in a rigid schedule. You're running a system based on triggers and values, so it adapts when chaos hits. You can handle the unexpected because your formula bends without breaking. Stop sleepwalking through your one life. Design your days around what matters. Use triggers to make it automatic. Track what creates real satisfaction. Protect those elements like your life depends on it. Because it does. Start today. Here's your action plan. Pick your 3 values. Map one perfect day. Set one trigger. Your future self is begging you to wake up. Give them something worth remembering.